Welcome to About Time, a Doctor Who podcast. I'm Stephen, and I've been a Doctor Who fan since 2005.
And I'm Ben, and I've never seen the show before.
For years now, I've been trying to convince Ben to give it a go.
And my answer has always been no.
But now, finally, he's agreed not only to watch it with me, but to do a podcast about it as well. And quite frankly, it's about time. Hello.
Hello.
I'm Stephen, as you heard in the intro.
And I'm Ben, as you heard in the intro.
And we are a couple of the gay persuasion. This is our episode 0, kind of a pilot, just a little taster, just before we actually get into watching the show. And yeah, so I've been a Doctor Who fan since the show came back in 2005, under the penmanship of Russell T Davies. And I adore Russell's era of the show. I was 12 when it came back, and so it was a really formative part of my childhood and teen years. Ben and I are the same age. We were born in the same year, but for some reason, Ben never watched Doctor Who when it came on. Do you remember Doctor Who being a thing when we were that age?
I remember seeing an advert and like everyone going a bit, mum being like, oh, they brought Doctor Who back.
Your mum watched it when she was a kid, did she?
She did watch it when she was a kid. I watched the trailer like when it was on like BBC One or whatever it was.
Yeah. And
I was like, okay, so
yeah,
nothing grabbed me.
No. Well, to be fair, I've got the original trailer for Series 1 set up on YouTube for us to watch in a minute. And I watched it just before we started recording this. And it was really not a very good trailer. It looks like they did it at the very end of filming, and they had about 50p left of the budget. And they were just like, oh, we'll throw something together. So, to be honest, it probably doesn't sell it very well. But anyway, do you remember people at school talking about it?
I remember people reading books, but I don't know when that came in. I remember people reading, two people I went to school with, they were avid readers of the books and, were, reading them back to back, non-stop.
Yeah.
And I was like, I didn't get the phenomenon.
Well, alright, let's put the trailer on.
Do you want to come with me? Because if you do, then I should warn you. You're going to see all sorts of things. Ghosts from the past, aliens from the future, the day the Earth died in a ball of flame. It won't be quiet, it won't be safe, and it won't be calm. But I'll tell you what it will be. The trip of a lifetime. Trip of a lifetime.
Doctor Who, Saturdays at 7 on BBC One.
Do you remember when the BBC ident and stuff was like that, the red? Does that take you back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The end of that trailer, they look like a band.
Oh, standing
like
in the TARDIS, yeah. Now this is the alternative one. This is the one I saw. This is the first thing I ever saw of Doctor Who.
I've got a choice. Stay at home with my mum, my boyfriend, my job, or chuck it all in for danger and monsters and life or death. What do you think?
Doctor Who, Saturday at 7 on BBC One.
It's like a right chav.
Oh yeah, she is a bit of a chav. I mean, let's not be classist. But the character, Rose, she's from a council estate. She's working class. But then, you come from a working class background. Yeah, exactly. So, you're not being derogatory. Yeah. So there we go. Those were the two trailers. To be honest, they are a bit cringy to watch, especially now because we're in 2022 now, and those were BBC trailers of the time of 2005. Which we've long forgotten now. But anyway, what were your thoughts?
Oh dear God. It hasn't aged well.
No, I know that. I mean, that yeah.
I guess I have to take my 2022 glasses off and put on my 2005 glasses.
Exactly,
on.
and that's really hard to do. And so
I did think. Sorry, on a side note.
Go on.
I did think Christopher Eccleston was quite attractive.
Really thought he was handsome.
Yeah.
Oh, he's never done it for me.
No, just...
But I can see what you mean, I guess.
I don't know. That's the first thing I thought.
But do you get like a charisma from him? Do you get like he's a good actor to watch?
Yeah, maybe.
Because he is a phenomenal actor, and he was a wonderful choice to bring the show back.
But you said he only came back for one season.
He did, and we'll talk about that as we go on, I think, because there's a lot of... He famously had issues on the set and stuff. But that doesn't take away from the fact that he's a wonderful actor and he gave a wonderful performance. With that trailer, the thing I find the cringiest is the echo of his voice, the way, like, he'll say, like, the trip of a lifetime, and then, like, seconds later, it'll be going, trip of a lifetime, trip of a lifetime, trip of a lifetime. It's so cringy.
I did not hear that.
Did you not? Oh, you've got bad ears there, haven't you? Yeah, he said it, and then, like, it cut back to the TARDIS, and he was not talking, but the voice was still echoing over. And what about Billie Piper? So, did you know who Billie Piper was in 2005?
No.
Because she was a pop star, wasn't she, before? I didn't know who she was. I'd never heard of her. Because I was a 12-year-old and I had no awareness of pop culture. Mm-hmm. Which hasn't really changed now, to be honest. But from what I've read since, and I can imagine, it was quite a controversial casting choice. For the companion in the new series.
Okay.
Because, you know, she, as far as people knew, she'd never done any acting before. And people were thinking, oh, this is going to be awful. They've cast a pop star as the companion.
I never have a problem with stunt casting.
Is that what you would call this? Is that what you think it was?
She must have had a young following.
Yeah.
Any pop star that is put into some kind of show is to grab their audience, and so they were trying. If I was thinking about if I can put my marketing head on it, they're probably trying to capture her audience.
There's probably an element of that, but
and young boys,
like teenage boys.
boys. Yeah. They were trying to. That was the choice.
Yeah,
and that was a wise choice.
That may well have been part of it, but
it's still going on today.
At the same time, they wouldn't have cast her if they weren't sure that she could do a great job in the role, which she does, as you'll see.
I think a lot of people also think like pop stars act in music videos. Some well, some not so well.
It's true.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I was going to ask you, what things from Doctor Who that have entered public consciousness are you aware of? What things, even though you've never watched the show, so, you know, what characters, aliens... and so on. Do you know? I mean, you know what the TARDIS is, obviously.
I know what the TARDIS is, and you said it grows, which okay.
That's obviously stuck with you because you always bring that up.
Yeah.
Yeah. But let's not go.
So, how does the TARDIS move through time and space?
How does it move through time and space? It does a lot of complicated, wibbly wobbly things, and you don't need to question it. It just happens.
Okay.
How does Harry Potter's wand make a spell?
Fantasy different.
No, well, I don't think it is that different.
Science fiction.
They don't have to explain the mechanics.
So this is science fantasy then?
Yeah, I would say it is. It's less hardcore science fiction and more towards fantasy. Because it doesn't affect the story. Just accept that the TARDIS can go anywhere in time and space, and then see what stories get told. So, okay, here's a challenge for you. Try and list as many Doctor Who aliens as you can.
The Daleks.
Mm-hmm.
The Cybermen.
Mm-hmm.
The Cat Nuns.
The Cat Nuns. You remember them from...
A trailer.
You saw them on a trailer.
Yeah.
Okay.
The scary, weird angel things.
The Weeping Angels.
I think that's as many as I can ask.
Really?
Oh, and then you've got the one who's trying to kill him.
Who are you talking about?
Like, the Master.
Okay, do you know who the Master is?
Which is a lazy term. The Master.
Tell that to Buffy.
Exactly, that's what I was saying. Like, if it's been used multiple times, can we not just reinvent something?
Well, sorry, but Doctor Who did it before Buffy. Anyway, is there no one else? No other characters? Do you know what race the Doctor is?
Time Wizard.
Time wizard, are you serious?
Time.
Yes.
A time man.
What about when they're Jodie Whittaker? Time woman.
Time person. Time creature.
No. Do you seriously not know?
Time Lord?
Time Lord, yes, you did know. Do you know what the Doctor's home planet is called?
Timex?
No.
Rolex?
No. Well, I won't tell you then.
Casio?
You can find that out when you find it out.
Oh,
and you obviously know about regeneration because that's part of pop culture.
Oh, yeah, like people say, oh, he regenerated an arm, he regenerated an eyeball.
What?
I don't know. He's regenerated this time and that time and this.
Yes. Anyway. And how are you honestly feeling about starting to watch the series?
Ugh. After seeing that...
The trailer?
Yeah.
I mean, that honestly, I swear to you, that trailer is not, in terms of its technical quality, it's not really a reflection of the series. I think it sums it up well in what the Doctor said, his monologue about, do you want to come with me? I've got to warn you, it won't be safe, it won't be quiet, and all that. That's quite cool.
The thing is, though, it doesn't look good.
Well, that's your view at the moment. I'm really hoping you'll go into this with an open mind, really, as far as you're able to.
I will go with it, and I will watch the first episode, and I will make my judgment.
Because the thing about Doctor Who is I think there's something in it for everyone, and like even among Doctor Who fans who all love the show, you will find that one episode to the next, some people will love it, some people will hate it, and other people will be somewhere in the middle. People will have very different opinions from one week to the next. And if you don't like Doctor Who one week, you might well love the episode the next week. So that's something that's going for it. But anyway, we're going to start soon with Series 1, Episode 1, Rose. And until then...
Au revoir.
Au revoir. Why have we gone French suddenly?
I don't know.
Okay, should we just say goodbye?
Goodbye.
Okay, bye everyone.